Welcome to a workshop session with me here at AdvSouthAfrica. I'm Rob, and today we're addressing the Honda Elite. There's really not a lot of information online about these bikes. If you're looking for service manuals and that sort of thing, they're very difficult to find. So I thought I'd do a little guide on my own so that I can show you at home that it's pretty easy to do, and there are just some things that you can look at. Some of it does require some tools. However, if you own a Honda Elite, then it's definitely worth investing in those tools, and then you can do this at home. So today we're going to be looking at an oil service, a belt change. We're going to look at the rollers and the CVT, that's the actual drivetrain of a scooter, and I want to just show you that it's nice and easy to do. Okay, so all you're going to need for your oil service for your Elite is some oil. I'm using a 15W40, using that on all my motors at the moment actually, and it's really running well, really enjoying it. Seems to be a decent grade. I use a beaker. It's just the easiest way to figure out how much oil you need. So on this scooter we're looking at between 700 and 750 mils of oil. That's just my experience in the past. A little funnel and a 17mm socket or spanner, doesn't really matter. There's no oil filter here, so it makes it quite easy. Just before we start, everything my build's looking pretty sick. There's going to be a link popping up at the top on the build series for this. It actually started out as a silver scooter. Now she's completely transformed. Okay, let's get to the service. Okay, I've had the motor running for about 5 minutes now, just to get the oil up to temp, just so when we drain it, it flows nicely out. Just be careful, the exhaust is a bit hot, so just make sure you don't burn yourself there. Okay, we're going to let it finish draining out. Okay, so it's worth noting that the Honda Elite does not have a oil filter. It's just got this mesh that sort of filters big particles, nothing more than that. But it does have a really close service interval. I think it's every 4,000 Ks, so that's something to note. But this goes in the bike first, followed by the spring, followed by the sun plug. Easy peasy. In that exact order, we're going to put that back in the bike. Just going to go ahead and tighten it. You want it to be tight, but not too tight, especially you're dealing with softer alloys on the blocks here and on the sun plug, so you don't want to cause any damage. Just tighten up. That things are tweaked but not going to move. That's sorted. Let's go refill the oil. Okay, I like to use a little funnel for this just to make it a little bit easier. See if we can get that little guy in there. Cool, let's go for it. I've run the bike for about 5 minutes just to warm it up, get oil everywhere around the motor. Now let's go ahead and check the oil height. So it does have a dipstick. I'm going to loosen that, clean this straight off. Okay, so that's what your dipstick looks like up close. You'll see all these markings, all these X's. Your oil level is low if it's at the bottom here, and it's high if it's at the top here. So now what you're going to do is make sure that the bike is on a level surface. You're going to put this back in. You're not going to screw it in, you're just going to put it at the top, and then you're going to be able to check your oil level, and mine is perfect. Let's pop that back in. So the oil service was pretty straightforward, nice and easy, but there are other maintenance items like air filter, belt, rollers and clutches on these scooters. So let's get to that. All maintenance items and all stuff that I can show you. Pretty easy to do, does require 1 or 2 tools, but it's definitely doable. Let's hit it. Okay, so first things first, you want to remove your side covers. That goes in front of the airbox off, all those covers off, and then we're going to get to the CVT side of things. Pretty straightforward, I'm not going to show you, but what I would recommend is that for this cover over here, all the bolts are different lengths, so just draw a bad version of that on a cardboard box, and that way you know exactly which bolt goes where, without having to do any guesswork with assembly. Okay, now don't let all the parts on the floor freak you out. It's very simple, very straightforward to go together, but I just want to run you guys through exactly what we're dealing with so that you're aware. If you want to look more into CVT, I'm going to put a link up at the top. One of my mates, Ryan, did a really thorough process on exactly how the CVT works, but we're not getting into that today. We're just doing a service. Okay, so what we're looking at here, the drive components. You got your variator on the left with its rollers, the belt, and the torque drive system with the clutch. Okay, so on your variators, you're going to have wear and tear on the actual cone itself. A little bit difficult to see there, but there is wear on this one. This part, however, didn't fail on the actual cone itself. The bush in between here has gone, so that caused the mechanical failure. And in that variator you've got rollers like this, and on this one you can actually see how that face there has gone flat. That is wear, and that is no good. This will stop it from doing its job correctly, and you will run into some issues. So you want to be replacing rollers pretty frequently, as well as belts. And the clutches you can just inspect. So you can see here, this has a couple more millimeters left, so this is still good. I'm happy with the clutch. This I just removed while I was busy checking for what else failed on this particular scooter, but that is something that if you need to change, you'll have to strip this. I would recommend getting that done by someone. Once you undo this big nut at the top, there's a spring that's going to be preloaded, so maybe leave that to a workshop. If when you're riding, however, it feels like the clutch is slipping, that's what you're going to be addressing, and that's what you're going to be sorting out. But like I said, we're not doing that today. We're going to be focusing on reassembling, putting a brand new belt, brand new variator, and brand new rollers in. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and put the torque driver back on with the clutch assembly. The clutch bell on top of that. The washer. And the nut. And you'll see the nut has sort of a curve on the edge that should be facing outwards. We're going to tighten this on with an impact wrench, but just remember with the impact wrench you don't want to go too much and strip threads. You also don't want to go too little and not tighten things up. Okay, perfect. Got my 19mm socket on the front of that. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. Okay, let's get to the variator. So this is the one side of the variator. There you can noticeably see the wear and tear where the belt's been going. Obviously we're going to be replacing this because the internal bush have failed. But what is notable is that on the rollers there is a sort of exposed side and a side that is not exposed. It's more covered. So because there's so little information on this, it's very hard to identify that. But on this specifically, I can see some wear and tear happening on the inside of this rib over here. So towards the right, on all of them, there's wear there, there's wear there, which is obviously from the direction it's spinning. So we're going to put the covered side towards that side so that we know that the wear and tear is happening on the covered side, not the exposed side of the roller. So let's go ahead, open up the new stuff and replace this. So if anyone does need, that is the part number for this set of rollers for the Hyundai Elite 125. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This edge over here is covered and the edge on the back is not covered. We're going to be putting this edge that is covered towards the right side. So let's get the variator in the picture here. We're going to be putting that edge like that. Once again, that edge over there, like that. Let's rotate it, that one like that, and so on and so forth until this is all full. Once again, that edge there, that edge there. Okay, and finally the last one, that edge over there. Okay, then there's a plate that goes above it. Make sure that these are in all the way, and this will go face down. There it is, one neat package. This will slide straight onto the crankshaft. We're going to be putting that in first, and you'll see that actually just spins, followed by this bush. Make sure that goes in all the way. You'll see it comes right up to the edge of the spline there, so that's something that's notable, something that you can check to make sure that it's seated all the way home. Okay, now what's next is the other half of the variator, but we need to fit the belt first. And before we can put the belt, we actually just need to pull back the spring that's on the clutch. So you can actually pull it back by hand. There you can see it moving. It's using the tool to compress the spring. It'll give us a nice gap here for the belt to fit in. So let's get that over, get that in there. You can see now that the belt has gone all the way in there, and it's actually left us with a nice gap here. This allows us to put our other half of the variator on without any interference. Just line up those splines. There we go. I felt it seat against that bush without the belt being in the way. So the belt is actually loose here. That's good. We're then going to follow with our washer and nut. Once again, just making sure the nut is the correct way. Also a 19mm. Alrighty, that's nice and tight. We can now release the back spring, which will now be grabbing the belt. The second the scooter starts, that's going to reseat itself and it will compress the correct way and it will adjust. Okay, now I don't recommend that you guys do what I'm about to do. I'm going to start it without the covers on. I just want to show you guys what it looks like under there, what the internals are doing. You're going to see things spinning. Perfect. Now when it comes to assembly, you're just going to be putting that cover back with the bolts in the correct order. You then need to put the air filter back, which we're going to just do an air filter change quickly so that I can show you that as well. And then it's just covers. Okay, now changing the air filter is as simple as undoing the screws, pulling the cover off, and we'll have access. It does specifically say not to clean. A lot of dirt bikes, you just clean the air filter. However, this is a paper air filter and will need replacing. Okay, and there you have it. So this just needs to be unbolted. This will pop right off and you put a new one on. All sorted. Now when you're reassembling, just make absolutely sure that this boot right here goes onto the carb and seals properly. You don't want any air leaks there, otherwise you will be sucking in dust, as well as making sure that this pipe, this breather hose on the back gets connected, and also make sure that you connect this breather hose. So there's one here, one there, and then the actual fitting on the carb. So it always helps to put it on the carb first before you tighten the box down, just so that you can wiggle it on. Remember, you got to seat it on there and there's not a lot of space, so you're going to have to wiggle a little bit, get it on and tighten that on first. Then worry about the other breather hoses and bolting the actual airbox back to the engine. Final thing on this side of the engine is going to be your Kickstarter. Just remember there is a groove here, so you're going to want to pull your bolts all the way out, put it in, and then drop the bolts back in. There you have it. Your Honda Elite should be running as fresh as when it came out the factory. I hope this video helped, guys. If it did, drop a like. Definitely think about subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.